Hey everyone, I'm Tassinix, and welcome. This is a first-of-a-kind video for me, going over, at the request of some of my patrons, a mod spec for characters that are now coming up to be free-to-play farmable. I think that's something I'll try to do going forward, is when they become available to the masses, we'll put out this video, because it'll give you the latest intel as well about how to mod them, as opposed to whatever people thought was the best idea when the character first released. But yeah, I think the way to do this would be to work your way from the outside in. We'll talk about the team that this character is on. Then we'll talk about his kit. And then last, of course, we'll talk about how to mod him. So first, Kelleran Beq is generally going to be under his own leadership or under Qui-Gon. Because his kit specifically calls out not being with any galactic legends, you're never really going to have a use for him with JMK. Maybe in the future they make some type of datacron that negates that and permits some type of weird combination, but for now, don't worry about it. That said, you really don't need to think about modding him differently depending whether or not he's under his own leader or Qui-Gon's, and you'll see why here in a minute. All right, let's talk about the basic abilities, and then we'll work our way down to his leadership and his unique, which really define what his kit's doing. And you know what? What the hell? Let's put on a little music just for background. All right, so his basic. Deal physical damage to target enemy and grant foresight to a random ally who doesn't already have it for 2 turns. If it's Kelleran Beq's turn, attack again. So that does 2 attacks on his turn. Alright, next ability, Lightsaber Training. Deal physical damage to target enemy. All allies gain offense up for 2 turns. Call all Galactic Republic Jedi allies to assist. If there are no ally Galactic Legends, allies recover health and protection equal to 50% of the damage dealt until the end of the turn. Otherwise, they recover health and protection equal to 5% of the damage dealt until the end of the turn. Alright. Jedi Bravery. Dispel all debuffs on all allies. Deal physical damage to target enemy and deal additional true damage equal to 20% of Kelleran Beq's max protection. This is going to be, it's only this one skill that's doing this true damage in this way, but it's important to note that because we're going to definitely be maximizing this out with the way we're modding him anyhow. You'll see. It's pretty cool. All right, let's talk about his leadership. So you all know how Qui-Gon works. You can look at Qui-Gon separately to reflect on how this would be under his leadership, but We'll do this and then the unique. So, Galactic Republic Jedi allies have plus 50% defense and tenacity and plus 30 speed. At the start of battle, all other Galactic Republic Jedi allies gain stacks of Padawan lessons equal to the number of stacks on Kelleran Beq for the rest of the battle. So whatever he has at battle start, he shares out to the rest. All Jedi allies gain foresight for 2 turns at the start of each encounter. So that's just the last clause of the first section of the leadership. The rest of this is TW specific. Y'all know I'm first and foremost a GAC player. You really won't change how you mod this, whether or not you're playing him in TW, so I'm not really going to cover what all of this does. It exceeds what we're trying to do. All right, let's take a look at the unique here. So this is, again, why we spoke on we're not going to have him with any Galactic Republic ally, right? If all allies are Galactic Republic Jedi, Kelleran Beq loses 40% max health and gains double that as max protection. All right, so he converts max health to max protection. For every 10,000 protection Kelleran Beq has at the start of battle, he gains a stack of Padawan lessons for the rest of battle, max 100. While Kelleran Beq has protection, he has plus 100% counter chance, plus 50% chance to attack again whenever he uses a basic ability, and can't drop below 100% health. So kind of like a mini gas kind of thing going on, right? If there are no allied Galactic Legends, whenever a Galactic Republic Jedi ally is inflicted with healing immunity, they gain prod up and tenacity up for 1 turn. Whenever a Galactic Republic Jedi ally is inflicted with target lock, they recover 20% health and protection and plus 10% turn meter. If Kelleran Beq is in the leader slot and not the ally slot, the first time he would be defeated, he instead recovers 100% health and protection and gains a bonus turn. Otherwise, if the allied leader is a Galactic Republic Jedi ally, a Galactic Republic Jedi and not a Galactic Legend, Qui-Gon, at the start of the battle, they gain second wind for the rest of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. And to look up the meaning of second wind, you'd have to go check Leia's kit. But the bottom line is, he's either topping himself off the first time he gets brought down to like 0 health, or he's gonna basically top off and save the leader. Now, Padawan Lessons is that unique buff that he's dealing with and handing out, and here's the actual breakdown. It's plus 20 defense penetration flat, and plus 5% offense per stack. And this can go up to 100 stacks. Okay, so that said, let's actually get into some math here and take a look at a couple different ways to mod him. So first of all, you do want him to be fairly fast. So I'm going to highlight the way that Cyrus, one of the very top players in the game, mods him, and I'll highlight how I mod him, just to show you the little bit of difference. But we're mostly going for the same thing. I just have more speed mods with great secondaries than health mods with exactly the kind of same thing going on. Alright, so first things first, looking at Cyrus, we see that he went with full health sets and full protection primaries. What does this do? The health guarantees that we're maximizing the amount that's getting handed over from that conversion from health to protection, right? And of course, with the protection primaries, we're just making sure that we have the absolute most amount of protection possible in a percentage-based way, I guess, you know? And we're also maximizing our true damage on that one skill. So you're sitting there thinking, he's a physical attacker, why not a crit damage triangle? It's because of just how much you get from the protection, right? You're getting that true damage on that skill, and then remember, you're not only able to increase your own offense by percent, but whatever kind of, you know, work you can do to give yourself the most stacks up front at battle start, that gets shared out to his allies when he's the lead. And that is certainly how you'd be applying him in TW, if not in GAC, but there are many players who are having some interesting results doing a split between Kel lead and Qui-Gon lead. So something worth thinking about. Anyway, let's do a little math here to show what we kind of get when we do Cyrus's modding. Alright, you see his health is 77413, so we'll take 40% of that times 0.4. That's 30,965. We'll double that, right? Because that's what the unique says. He loses 40%. I think it does say that he loses it, right? He loses. So that's actually, yeah, all right, that's subtracted out. But we don't care because we're not actually doing some summation on life total. We're only looking at protection. So that 40% max health is about 31,000, gets doubled to about 62,000, and then tacked on to his total max protection. So plus 152, 687, 214,000 divided by 10,000 is he has 21 complete stacks. All right, and then that times 5, so that, you know, 20, well, here, we'll just do 20, you know, 21 times 5. Come on now. That's 105% increased offense, right? So, geez, I hope I can do the math right on this. I hope I won't do somebody wrong about this. Let me give this a shot. So his offense is 8,352. So, geez. So you're, you know, 105% offense. And I hope this works. I want to say that it's going to be times 2.05. I hope that my math works, and we'll see if it's self-consistent at least. 8352 times 2.05. Please don't be mad at me, anybody who actually does math for a living. Ugh. Okay, so we have an effective offense of 17,121 from this, right? And we have the decent 300 speed here because you saw his kit. It helps all allies. There's a mass assist and a mass cleanse. So we actually want these to be available fairly often. More speed is a good thing. All right, that said, let's go ahead and flip over to mine. So we saw how we got the highest total of max protection and how that came to a throughput on offense. For me, so I have 316 speed. Honestly, this should be faster since I have him in a speed set. Like, I used to have him closer to 325, ideally like 330, because then if I have like 10% more speed than somebody who's not in a speed set, I can feel pretty good about that. But I've had to pinch a couple mods here and there and make some things work, so this is still pretty good. But I did originally intend to be a little faster than this. Anyway, let's take the numbers. So he's 70,000. Let me get this up here. 7,627 times 0.4. So that doubled times 2. Plus 153. 777 for a total of 210, 278. So he's got 218,000 and divided by 10,000 here. Oops. Damn it. Well, you know what I was saying. The point was it's 21. The point is that he's got 218,000 protection, and it comes out to 21 stacks because it's by per each 10,000. And I have 210,000 protection. We both get the same number of Padawan lesson stacks. Okay. So now let's take a look. My mods also happen to have a lot more offense baked into them, right? He had like 83, under 8,400 offense, and I'm just over 9,000. So let's see what kind of effective offense we come out to from this, right? 9038 times 2.05. At least we'll use the same scaling. So I have 18,527 offense compared to his 17,121. About, 1,400 offense, give or take. So I say this because you could go that full bulk modding, that health modding, and take advantage of that higher conversion, trying to get a higher number of stacks of Padawan lessons. Or you could try and still do a lot to get a high number of stacks, but if you bake in more offense, you can, into the mods themselves, you can forgive not being in health sets. You can forgive leaving behind some of that health to protection to offense getting converted. I really, as far as other mod builds go, you might try something else, but I think that it's probably going to be health or speed health like this. So, let me know in the comments if you found something else that's viable, that gets great results for you. I'm always interested in hearing it. Of course, you can roast me about my arithmetic skills. All of that is fair game. But yeah, this was fun. I will be making more of these going forward, and stay tuned. Until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Take care.